y'all? What's good? It's another video. Make sure y'all, before the video even starts, make sure y'all sub and like. Make sure y'all reach out and support. But we finna be reacting to rappers' most disturbing interviews, right? Make sure y'all go shout out to Trapaholics. Y'all can't. Oh, there you go. Y'all see the name. Make sure y'all go ahead and watch his videos. Very good. But we're gonna go ahead and be reacting to this.
The interviewer for asking him one question, and another died after his interview for speaking on a situation that happened. These are rappers' most disturbing and disrespectful interviews of all time. And we gotta start things off with a rapper known as Baby Los, because Los started to make a name for himself after he linked up with the Island Boys in 2020. And fans considered him as the fourth Island Boy. Los was even with the Island Boys when they got into a huge fight in Hawaii. But recently, Fluid Rich Kevin tried to get Los to speak on a viral video where the Island Boys kissed each other. And this is what pissed Los off and made him flash out on the interviewer.
I gotta ask you, bro, like, this is, everybody wants to know, did you see the Island Boys kiss?
Bruh, stop mentioning them dudes for real, bro. Like,
No, I'm just saying, though, like,
no,
did you
bruh,
see that?
no, fam. Fam, they wasn't gay when I was around, fam. Like, bruh, stop doing that, bruh. Like, this interview ain't about that. Like, it could go down in this interview, bruh. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, he's bugging.
do you want it to go down in this interview?
He's tweaking, bro. Off rip.
Do you want it to go down, yes or no?
Okay, but why is he being so defensive though? Why you gonna be defensive? Alright, I guess like.
Nah.
And thankfully, Los ain't popped the interviewer for asking that question, because things could have gone horribly wrong. But he ain't the only person to up a gun on an interviewer. But first, let's move on to FBG Cash, because he died not too long after talking about something disrespectful that he did during an interview. In late 2020, Chicago rapper FBG Cash took a picture in front of King Von's mural to disrespect Von and his people. Not long after taking the picture, he went on No Jumper to discuss it. He tells Adam 22,
Yo, what y'all know about No Jumper? Everybody's on this, bro. No Jumper got
about the conversation that he had with Lil Durk before taking the picture.
Might be the best
What kind of conversation were you having before he told you to go take this photo?
Me, you know, go over there and do that and see what happened to you. I'm outside right now.
You hit him up?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was just like, hey, what's up? Why Chicago's so weird because the ops always be talking to each other and like going on live and tweeting at each other and
And doing this interview might have made things even worse than it already was, because Durk later dropped a song where he said, sneaking pics by Von mural, like little bro won't come out and spin, where he sent a threat to FBG Cash for taking that picture. Then, 3 months after the song was released, FBG Cash ended up getting hit and lost his life while driving on the south side of Chicago.
Well-known Chicago area rapper was killed in a drive-by shooting early this morning in the Auburn-Gresham neighborhood. 31-year-old Tristan Hamilton was shot multiple times. According to the Sun-Times, he raps under the name FBG Cash. A 29-year-old woman with him was also shot, taken to the hospital.
This should be on the video, last video.
Now let's move on to another FBG member known as Butta. Butta has had many crazy moments during his interviews, and recently he went off on O-Block members for killing FBG Duck. He let Say Cheese know that O-Block told on himself after knocking Duck off, and it was pretty disturbing because during the same interview, fans say that Butta allegedly admitted to killing someone.
These told on themselves, and they did an interview on top of the murder cop. You stupid.
What about the picture that
Take
went?
me to jail. Give me the cups.
Yo, Butta, what about the picture that
Take
went?
me to jail.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this might not be the most smartest thing to do, but you know.
Give me the cups.
Yo, Butta, what about the picture that went viral with Muwop wearing with the duck sneakers?
That's clown. And with the same Draco y'all used.
Hey, y'all watching the YouTube video, make sure y'all check out the Twitch too. Or the TikTok.
Homicide can't solve it, but the feds can, right?
Damn.
We talking real business. I'm a real street.
That wasn't the same.
That's
in the document?
Not long after speaking on O-Block, FYB J-Mane tells Butta to sit down and that he's saying too much, because Butta says, picture him sitting on top of a car that
hey, yo.
he killed Odio.
What's going on?
I'm Butta, Sean. I'm Butta, Sean. Now picture me sitting on top of the car that I just killed.
See, he's smart, bro. He's smart.
I got J-Mane them in this. I got 4 of them in this.
There's no way.
They in this.
Wait, I'm not gonna lie. There's no way these guys are not on like a.
Butta also discussed Odie's death in an interview with Vlad. Here's what he said.
Man, OD got Right.
Right. Well, Odie Perry got killed at one point. They're saying that she was the shooter. That's the rumor.
I mean, it's footage. It's a video.
Of Odie Perry getting killed?
Yeah.
You saw it?
I ain't seen nothing, man. I just heard the stories, bro.
Okay.
I don't be knowing nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time.
Okay, fair enough.
His brother told him to slack they homie. Oh, look where I just gave back.
Okay, fair enough.
Someone said something.
I don't be knowing nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time.
Okay, fair enough.
His brother told him to slack they homie. Oh, look where I just gave back 192 years. I don't speak on that. Told him, Jay. I'm home right now because I blamed on my sister Tyler. Told him. Told.
Rumors say that female assassin, known as K.I., is responsible for taking Odie Perry out. But recently, fans believe that Butta is the one who did it and is blaming his sister K.I. since she's already dead. Not long after Tuka lost his life, who did it and is blaming his sister K.I. since she's already dead. Not long after Tuka lost his life at the bus stop on 63rd, the members from 63rd wanted to get revenge for Tuka since the members from O Block were dissing him. So not long after Tuka's death, a member from O Block known as Odie Perry was walking around the neighborhood and decided to go to the store to get some Swisher Sweets. But not long after leaving the store on his bike, Odie ended up getting shot. So he fell from his bike onto the ground before getting up and trying to escape, but ended up getting hit 10 more times. A key witness at the scene told police that an African-American male was the one who shot Odie. But many also say it was K.I., since she was seen posting pictures with one of Odie Perry's guns after he died. Popular 63rd member Wooski also made a tweet saying, "Shout out to them twins that made O Block," and tagged K.I. and FBG Butta in the tweet. That's why recently, fans believe that Butta is actually the one who took his life. But that ain't the only disturbing moment from one of FBG Butta's interviews. He recently broke down crying in an interview with No Jumper when talking about his sister K.I., saying how he'd rather for her to be fighting for her life right now rather than be in the grave.
Fighting for her life, gang. It'll be dead. Every day I wish, like, why they ain't come lock her up, gang? Like, why y'all ain't come lock this girl up, gang? Every day I be like, rather out in Tuka grade, because I be taking care of Quan them phones, Shonda. Like, I be every day for I be on the phone with my little brother them phone, on Tuka for I be talking to them for. Then I be like, I wish this was my little sister I was talking to for on the phone on Tuka.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance and I saved hundreds with all.
I wish this was Kyra. I wish I was laughing with my sister for. I wish I was sending my sister this money. Yeah. I wish I was sending my sister these pictures of me at these interviews on these platforms. I wish I was showing Kyra this shit. On Tuka for. That shit hurt my soul every day. On Tuka Day. Like, and a lot of people don't understand that because a lot of time everybody think a lot of it be facade. A lot of people don't even go through shit.
Because his sister K.I. lost her life on April 11th, 2014. See, on that day, K.I. made a huge mistake and tweeted out,
I mean, I get like people are born, bro, like, but 17.
Her location for everyone to see, including her ops. And she was walking down the block with two friends who were headed over to the studio to celebrate Boss Trail's birthday.
Some of them like do it to themselves though. I'm not saying they did, but some people, y'all just gotta like
out of a car, waved bystanders to get out of the way, and began opening fire at K.I. and her friends. Her two friends were hit, and K.I. was hit 9 times. After being shot, she stumbled to a nearby home where she'd lay on some steps and take her last breath. And speaking of K.I.'s death, a man from Chicago, known as Trenches News, says he was on the scene when she lost her life. And he talks about how disturbing it was in an interview with Cam Capone News, because he even claims that smoke was coming out of her neck during this incident.
And did you hear the gunshots and everything going on?
Oh yeah, they sound like something special. They was boom, boom, like it had like a Star Wars before it said pow. Like it was crazy, bro. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy as hell, man, that day. And then the police tried to lock up Duck. They told Duck he responsible for it. They just left K.I. on the ground. They ain't try to help her, administer no aid. They ain't try to do none of that. Me and Joe Jackson, me and Manny, FBG, Young and them daddy, we about to go to jail because we like, nah, let him go. So I went over there by K.I. Smoke was coming out her neck, man. It was all sad.
Now, let's move on to BTB Savage, because some say him doing this interview with DJ Vlad is the main cause of his death, since he spoke on how he killed someone in self-defense in the interview in a cocky fashion. According to Savage, a local rapper had been trying to get a feature from him for a while. One night, the dude got in touch with Savage and finally agreed to do a feature. So later that night, the other rapper pulled up to his apartment with a car full of dudes, and the rapper came into Savage's apartment with another dude named Omar Richardson. Savage said he felt weird since both of them were looking around his spot when they walked in. But then Omar upped the bankroll, so Savage thought it was all good. The dudes then came in with a box full of studio equipment so they could get to work. But then the other rapper said he was missing a few things, so Omar took him to go back and get it out of the car. Savage thought something was off, so he locked the door when the rapper went outside, and that's when everything went left. Omar started asking Savage about his jewelry, and Omar eventually upped his fire and told Savage to hand over everything. At first, Savage didn't want to give it up, but then Omar threatened to shoot.
Wait, isn't this just allegedly? Because low-key, it was just him and his girlfriend in the apartment. This is allegedly. This might not even be true. He could have made this shit up and just shot him, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Savage and his girlfriend.
He did
so
get shot in the
Savage
arm,
started taking his chains off. When Omar reached to grab Savage's chain, Savage saw an opportunity. So he wrapped Omar in his arms, fell to the ground, and they started wrestling. Omar's strap fell out of his hand, and that's when Savage yelled for his girl to come shoot Omar. She came in and popped him twice, but that didn't slow him down because Omar managed to get his hand on a gun and let 3 shots off at Savage's girl. Thankfully, all the shots missed, and Savage got Omar back under control. Savage told Omar to leave since his son was in there, but Omar didn't listen, and he told Savage he was gonna kill him and kept fighting. That's when Omar's partners came up and started shooting through the door, but they didn't hit anything. When they stopped shooting, Savage's girl popped back at him with 2 shots, and that's when Omar's partner left him to die. Omar kept fighting, and Savage's girl shot Omar one more time in the torso, and Omar ended up passing away. Savage and his girl got off on self-defense. It was a crazy situation that took over the internet. Savage even went
okay, but they went off self-defense, but that story could be dead cat, bro.
on to do an interview with Vlad TV, and it hit 2 million views in less than a week. But Savage's ops weren't happy about it since Savage was talking cocky in the interview.
Concerned y'all see that picture of him holding the money over the blood and shit?
Are gonna try to come back?
Yeah, they for sure might do what they do, but I'm gonna get active. That's all it is. And it is what it is.
Then, on March 30th, Savage posted pics on Twitter of him standing in a pool of dried blood where Omar had lost his life. Savage was trolling the dude, and the pics instantly went viral, since no one had ever seen anything like that on the net. But 2 hours after posting those pictures, BTB Savage was in his Mercedes driving around until 2 gunmen pulled up, boxed him in, and then started letting off shots. And by the time help arrived at the scene, it was already too late. Some people blamed the interview for his tragic death, while others blamed the picture, since
Make
the
sure
picture...
go watch the other interview video of rappers dying right after interviews.
It was very disrespectful, even though it was self-defense. But Savage isn't the only rapper who got disrespectful in an interview and talked crazy about someone that they killed. Because Gucci Mane did the same in an interview with Charlamagne. In the interview, Gucci showed no remorse to Pookie Loc, whom he took out, but says he does regret a lot of other things that he's done in the streets.
Do you regret anything you did in the street?
Yeah, I'm ashamed of a lot of things. I'm gonna say, yeah, I did some things that I wish I didn't do. Yeah. But I was young. But I did some things that's up, dead wrong to people. And everybody in the neighborhood know that, so ain't no going around that.
Even with the murder, even though it was self-defense, do you ever think about that and you think like maybe I could have handled that different, especially when you did like the diss record?
He needed to be in the ground. I put his where he supposed to be.
Because in 2005, Gucci was beefing with Young Jeezy. Jeezy dropped a song where he put a bounty out on Gucci Mane's ice cream cone chain. The person who handed the chain to Jeezy would get paid $10K. So a group of 5 unknown men showed up at Gucci's house and attacked him, trying to take his chain. He tried to fight them off and got a hold of a gun. He fired off 1 shot to get them off of him and ended up hitting one of the guys known as Pookie Loc. 3 days later, his body was found behind a nearby middle school, and cops were called once it was discovered who was shot. Gucci turned himself in and told officers that he acted in self-defense. Now, let's move on to Lil Dump from the NBA camp, because he had a pretty disturbing moment during an interview with No Jumper, where he kept throwing.
Wow, you lost your life for 10K. Is it really worth it? Is losing your life for 10K? Is losing your life for 10K that worth it though? Like, it's just not worth it, chat. I don't know. I don't think I get it, bro.
And got due to how many pills he was on.
Anything in particular stand out?
I'm dead. I guess it's just robbing someone's chain though. It's like, I guess if you already don't like the guy, it's easy 10K. But I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. Get a job. Rappers make a lot of money though.
And fans in Adam 22 were concerned about Lil Dump's health after seeing this interview, since it clearly seems like he needs some help. Because Lil Dump didn't even want to talk about why he puked on the interview.
So
yeah,
what just happened?
was fucked on this shit. Everyone don't know Jumper,
What just
bro.
happened?
Something deep in life that, you know, I'd rather not talk about it, but I can talk to you about it personally as a person, you know what I'm saying? But some, you know, things deep in life.
But I'm just talking about you puking, or like the fact that you're kind of drunk, right?
No, I ain't drunk. I'm sober.
You're sober? No alcohol. That's not what's in that cup. I just kind of assumed it was alcohol.
Water.
Oh, okay. So what are you
This guy racist?
going through right now?
Adam.
Just some deep things.
You trying to
Adam
get
might
clean?
be racist, Jack.
You're trying to get clean?
Get clean?
Off of some other
Yeah, type at the same time.
Not long after this interview, Lil Dump was featured in another YouTube video where he tells a girl he does more drugs than she could ever imagine.
Why are you standing like that? Like, stand up straight. You gotta be louder. Like,
I do more drugs than
me
you
too.
could ever imagine.
That's not okay.
I know.
So hopefully, Dump gets the help needed. But now, let's move on to NBA YoungBoy, because he also has a pretty crazy moment during an interview where he gets pissed that the interviewer is asking too many questions. Some say it seems like YoungBoy was also high during this interview, which is why he acted this way.
But that video, drama at the same time. You gotta understand using it as entertainment.
Look at that big ass chain, bro.
Comes self-destruction too. Cause I ain't no entertainment. You know, some be
Hyper, baby. It's a food delivery service in your game.
Fortnite.
calm, why? Is to be continued.
Yeah, he's fried right now. I'm not gonna lie, he's so fried.
In terms of like every time it's
And sometimes it's best not to speak.
Like every time it's
yeah, he about to crash, bro.
And sometimes it's best not to speak on things you did in interviews to gain clout, because that's part of the reason rapper G Money lost his life. Because NBA YoungBoy and G Money were close friends. At one point, G Money pulled this move because in the interview with Say Cheese, he says
he mad about his sister too, though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had her a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he mad about that. He wasn't really tripping on it back then, though. You know what I'm saying? He be calling me big brother.
And after they fell out, they were dissing each other left and right. And the beef and things ended up getting so serious that it led to gun violence. On September 10th, 2017, G Money was killed after leaving the studio one night. YoungBoy spoke on the situation in a song named Poor One, where he says, matter of fact, I used to call you my big brother. Then you did some foul and had with my sister. Now, let's move on to an interview with 6ix9ine that's disrespectful and that some say is disturbing, where he disses all of the dead rappers.
Died lacking, Nipsey died lacking, Pop Smoke died lacking.
Right.
So can't lack?
No, you can't.
All right.
Kill or be killed in these streets.
All right. So there's nothing to talk about. So when you say, yo, happening.
It's killed and be killed in the streets. Why are you in the streets, bro?
You happening.
Come on, y'all.
Don't spit your fucking truth.
Why you listen?
But the 6ix9ine interview is nothing compared to Charleston White's interview on DJ
he was
UTV,
really
in which he
bugging.
completely went off and poured out a strap on himself for defending FBG Duck's mother and King Von's family. Charleston White tells DJ U that he doesn't care about King Von since Von was a killer. And that's when DJ U tells him not to say that about them.
The knowledge I got, King Von was a killer. My mama had 2 sons locked up for murder, and my mama let everybody know I'm not in agreement in what my son's done. All right, but look, so this is what I'm saying. You can't make me care about King Von mama. I don't give a about his mama. Y'all love it.
I don't know how this guy
then
still
goes
alive,
on
bro.
to get
He
even
be
madder
going- he be
since he
going
helped
crazy,
FBG
bro.
Duck's mother and
I
felt
seen him
like
on
he
so-
had the
he's
right
hella
to
funny,
talk
though. I
about it.
seen him
But
with
DJ U told him to chill. That's when Charleston White completely flashes out and pulls out his strap on DJ U.
he's crazy.
And I kill a behind me saying, mama. I done helped. So somebody else helped him, and I ain't down. He could have. So y'all go help the. Since y'all got so much to say,
Damn.
give me back the money then. I ain't have to help now.
He's
boy.
on drugs, bro. There's no way he wasn't on drugs in this shit.
My mama ain't got a bunch of kids that died. You pain. Keep a mother gun. Keep a mother gun. Keep a mother gun, Chicago.
Let's grab your gun.
Say, homie, you better.
From Chicago.
Man, you better sit down, homie. What you mean what I'm on? Man, you better sit down, homie.
Y'all arguing
What
about
you mean what I'm on?
other people and getting mad. You better kill another guy for arguing with someone else.
Thankfully, Charleston didn't end up smoking someone during this interview because things were pretty heated. But if you thought that...
I'm not gonna lie. Whoever's watching this, you know, if y'all got money, let's go and put some therapies in Chicago, y'all.
That was crazy. You gotta click this video on the screen. It's even better. Trust me.
Don't click that video on the screen. Click the video that's about to pop up of that other interview that we already watched. Because that one was a banger, bro. Interviewers dying right after getting interviewed. Or rappers dying right after getting interviewed, you know. But make sure y'all sub and like, as I said. We're trying to get 20, let's get 20K. 20K subs. I'm only at 10K. 20K would be far up. Basically, I definitely want to hit 20K. But yeah, make sure y'all sub and like. Be doing this content. Try to do this shit daily.